My name is John Shults. This is my shop here, True Vintage Guitar, downtown, and I'm the owner. A vintage guitar shop doesn't really exist that much here in Birmingham, but I was just doing it part-time by myself and at home, and never really thought a brick and mortar store was really going to be in the future until it just seemed to kind of take off. In 2014, I quit my job to start True Vintage Guitar just out of the house, and it was like that until 2022. And so now we're here in the shop down on 1st Avenue North, and I love being here. I love being able to have the guitars out so people can come and grab them off the wall and play them. I like making coffee. Pretty much that's what I like to do when I'm not being a dad or playing guitars. Is I like to make coffee at home. So for the longest time, I thought that I would just be a one-man band and just try to do everything myself. And that worked great for a while until it just started to grow, and I thought, this business could serve me better, it could serve the customers better, it could serve employees better if there were some employees. And so right now, the biggest challenge is trying to design this to where customers are served well, employees are served well, and my family and I are served well as well. Oh, that part's easy. So I love when we get a new guitar, either from traveling to go get it or when it shows up from FedEx and we open the box for the first time and get to view it, and it's just exciting every time. That hasn't gotten less exciting over the past decade. Probably photography. Since we're here in Birmingham, but we ship all over the world, that still photograph or that video is kind of the closest that buyer can get to the guitar. And so I've really focused on trying to make it look really aesthetically pleasing, but also show the guitar well so that if they decide to buy, they don't receive something different in the mail than it looked in the pictures. I want it to be I want them to feel like they're in the room with the guitar. So the most surprising thing that ever happened to me is when someone called and said they had an old Gibson guitar and they didn't know what it was, and that's what I do. I help people identify their guitars and evaluate them. So I was asking him to describe it, and he said it had 2 handles. And I thought to myself, a handle? Because this guy had inherited, he didn't like guitars, he didn't know anything about them. What he meant is that it had 2 necks. And it was the rarest guitar we've ever had, one of 17 ever made in 1959, and it had a 6-string neck and a 12-string neck. And so he was quite surprised when I told him what it was worth, and I was happy to come home with it. The main goal right now is sustainability and balance. Balance for everyone, for me, for my family, for the contractors and employees we have, balance for everybody, and for this to just work really well for everyone involved. So the 2 people most inspiring to me right now are both my dad and my father-in-law, who both approached their careers 2 totally different ways, and both did just a phenomenal job supporting their families. And it's amazing to watch how that worked for them and try to implement the best things of both sides. One was an entrepreneur and one was a government employee. So trying to implement the best things of both sides and trying to make that part of my career as well. Easily the support of my spouse, who believed in me every single day, even when maybe she shouldn't have. She believed that it was something we needed to do, and so she allowed me the freedom to go do that, and I am grateful for her every day.